Okay. Hi, good morning. This is Rosie with Century 21 Everest, and today I have Brenda Slaton joining me with CTC Consumers Title Company. Brenda, say hi.
Hi, how are
Yeah,
you doing this morning?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining me. Um,
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm excited.
yeah, awesome. Me too. So today my purpose is to educate the general public on what it is you do and what is title insurance. So you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Perfect. So why don't we start off by telling us a little bit about who you are? Okay.
Well, gosh, who am I? I'm a mom and a wife, and I have two amazing kids, and we have been here in Camarillo for, gosh, about 15 years now, but have always lived in Southern California. And I have about, gosh, over 20 years experience in the real estate industry. I started almost right out of high school. My mom was in loans for basically her whole adult life, and my sister was a realtor. So I kind of got, it was like who back then, So here I am, over 20 years later, now in title, but started as a loan funder, and then
Oh,
I was
okay.
actually a real estate agent myself. I don't know if you know that,
I didn't
but
know that.
yeah, I grew up in Santa Clarita, over by Magic Mountain over there, and just started in real estate, working for a couple top producers, and then someone was like, "Hey, do you want to go into home warranty?" And I was like, "Okay." So I did that for almost 15 years, and then
Wow.
decided to change it up a little bit. So
Right.
now with Consumers Title.
Awesome. Well, we're so
Uh,
excited to have you. And I will say, since I met you, I absolutely just loved you. You just,
uh,
there's this, I don't know, it's something about you. You're just very lovable. And I know
uh,
the times that I've needed something, you've been amazing. You're not just, a talk, you follow through and you're very fast and efficient. And I've loved that about you. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you
Thanks,
on here today.
Rosie. Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome, of course. So tell me, so first off, are you still working right now during this whole COVID
I
excitement that we?
am. I am. I mean, the awesome thing about working for a title company is that we are an essential business, and that never stopped. So I know there's been some funky things with as an agent for you, but it's definitely nice to have that job. I mean, I am working from home, so um, which is great. I kind of have always worked from home anyway, or in my car. So you
Definitely
know
out of your car.
it's a little bit different, just because I have the husband and the kids here at home, or my son's here, and so it's definitely that's a little bit of a challenge, because I'll be doing stuff like this, and then I'll have my son come in and want lunch or something like that, and I'm like, "Can you give me a little bit, please?" So it's been a challenge, but it's awesome. I love it.
Yes, I know exactly what you're going through
Oh my
being
god,
home, but hey,
it's
you know what? It's
crazy time, isn't it?
yes, different. I come, they're different. I mean, are they hard or they easy? They're just different. We go with the flow, especially as a mom, right?
It's so true. It's so true. I feel like it's not, it hasn't been there. It's just a roller coaster, I think, it's like, okay, I want to be out of the house, but you just kind of, for me, I just kind of wake up and go, okay, another day. And I try to just take action
Mhm.
on what it is I need to do. And it kind of takes my mind off of everything, and, trying
Yeah.
to not the news.
Yeah, so I know you're someone that's very good about being scheduled, so I'm sure you're still maintaining some form of a schedule, right?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Very fun. Awesome. So, Brenda, for people that, and I would say the majority of the public really doesn't understand, especially your first time buyers, they have no idea what title or escrow or home warranty or any of these things are. So tell me, what is title insurance?
Well, it's funny. You're right. A lot of people don't know what it is. And a lot of people, when I tell them I sell title insurance, and they're like, is that like homeowners? Like they automatically think their brain switches to like a homeowner's insurance, which is not what we do. You know, that's more of like a tree falls on your house, or if you have flooding in your house or something like that. So title insurance actually is exactly what it says. So it ensures that you are purchasing a property that's free and clear of title. So any title defects, I should say. So any forgeries, any tax liens or judgments that are on the property. So it just ensures that, you know, when you purchase that property, everything's free and clear and you are owner of the property without any of that stuff attached.
Okay, maybe you could emphasize a little bit more on that. So, you know, if somebody, I own my home, I didn't pay a contractor, and they've now put a lien on my home. How would that affect title insurance?
So, you know, yeah, so that situation definitely does come up where, you know, a contractor does not get paid. You know, and that's definitely
I paid mine.
situation, right? So yeah, they would put a mechanic's lien on your property and that would be attached to the property. So before you could sell the property, you would have to pay that. Hi kids.
Wonderful coworkers.
The benefit working from home, yeah. Yeah, so that you would not be able to actually sell your property, and let's say you didn't, you know, then you would have to make sure that that gets taken care of prior to selling your home. Yeah. So
yeah. And
yeah,
that's kind of what I was looking
are
for.
pretty
What's
common.
that?
I said mechanics liens can be kind of common. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think sometimes
You know?
people don't realize that. You know, thank you for clarifying that. And I think also with banks, you know, maybe someone negotiated a loan, their first mortgage, but not the second one, and don't realize that it's still affecting them.
Right.
Well,
Right.
perfect.
Yeah. I mean, all kinds of things. I mean, gosh, alimony, there's so many forgeries. There's you know, family members that may all of a sudden think that it's their property. And, you know, I mean, just the list is quite extensive on what can actually come up. So the title insurance would cover you for the full sales price of the house. And if you did have to go to court, it would actually pay for any legal expenses and all that as well.
Oh, awesome. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
And I've had that come up. As you know, I specialize in probate.
Right.
So that's some of the
That's
times
right.
where it could be more common. You know, I had a situation where, well, and then also the way sometimes people don't understand the legal or the right way. They want to save a little bit of money, so they don't hire a professional, and they want to transfer title to their children. They think, I want my kids to inherit it.
Right.
And they go and they change it, but it may not be what's best for them, or the best way to do it, especially if it, you know, the home is paid off and they've owned it for years. And then it's really more getting into, you know, tax issues of your step up and basis. So I won't get into that because I am not a tax professional. It's my job to align myself with amazing individuals like yourself and other professionals,
Right.
and know that, hey, I need to get my client in touch with this person to make sure, you know, like the title is clear and so forth.
Right.
But I did have that happen where a lady had actually added her two children because she was getting older and she owned it individually, added her two kids. Well, then when she passed, one of the kids went and changed, you know, updated the courts that the mom had died, but in that removed the brother. And so I was able to, you know, then kind of coach the brother, my client, of, hey, let's get an attorney. And in that case, when they feel it's, you know, something that was done intentional or wrongful, you know, an attorney can even take his pay out of the sibling that's trying to screw the brother out of it. But
right. Right.
Yeah.
There's so many situations that can come up like that. It's crazy, actually, some of the stories I hear, you know.
Yeah. So all more the reason I have professionals, right? To
no,
deal with the headache.
totally. You know, and I am, of course, you know, the rep for the area. So the great thing for me is that, you know, Consumers has And part of the reason really why I chose to go to work for them over other companies is that they have over 180 years, you know, of experience between my CEO and the president, Joe Beckerly, and, you know, my manager, Megan, and just, it's just a wealth of knowledge. So if I don't know the answer, I just call them and they're a phone call away, and, you know, it's awesome. They're wonderful. Great group of people over there. So.
Good. I like to hear that. Yeah, Megan's adorable too. I love her.
Yeah. Yes, she's very fun. She's very fun.
So would you say it's important or is required to have title insurance?
You know, it's funny. It's technically, it's optional, but in California, like 99.9%, I don't know if you should quote me on that, but you know, it's, you know, nobody wants to go without title insurance. You know, it would be really kind of ridiculous to not have it, honestly. I think the only time I've had somebody say, well, you know, and I know you do some new construction stuff too, I believe. And so some people are thinking that they don't need title insurance on new construction, which is, you know, you know, they automatically think, well, there's only one owner. I don't need title insurance. There's not going to be any issues with that. But there's also, you know, other people that may have owned the land, and you could have several owners, you know, so you don't know what liens may be attached to that property. Or that, you know, parcel. So
yeah, and now that developed land is worth way more, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and it's, you know, it's funny you say that, especially in California, and I agree with you, especially in California. You know, way back when you could sign over your home on a napkin, right? You give somebody a napkin, I gave it to Joe. You know, and our contract has gone. I'm like, how big is it if you were to?
Oh, it's so funny to think back when I was an agent. This was over 20 years ago.
Yes.
But you know, there was, I want to say there was like 10 little sheets of paper, maybe if that. Like, it's crazy the stack that people have to sign now and all the fine print.
Right. Well, and especially even right now, just in the last month because of the COVID, as you know, I think California has added an additional 4 or 5
right.
Forms, not sheets,
Mm-hmm.
forms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of them are multiple. So it's ever changing, it's ever evolving. You know, during the Thomas Fire, they added forms. Every year they're updating them. Every time somebody gets sued, you know, one out of the whole state, here's a new form.
Yep.
So you would say everybody needs title insurance?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And is it buyer, seller?
So yeah, there's 2 separate policies.
Okay.
One is for the seller, and the seller typically pays that, and that's based off the sales price. And then there's the lender's policy that the buyer typically pays for, and that just covers the lender. So the lender would require a separate title policy to cover their amount of the, you know, the loan amount. So yeah, 2 separate.
Wonderful. My last question is why they would need title insurance, but I think we've already covered in just protection, right? Simple word, protection.
Absolutely. Peace of mind, for sure.
Yes. So anything else you can think of, that especially, you know, someone selling or that first time home buyer that really doesn't understand everything that's involved in a purchase, any other thing you would like to add that someone should know about title insurance?
Gosh, I feel like we covered so many things.
Okay.
I don't know if I would add anything at this time, but you know, they're more than welcome to call me. I mean, it's funny. I've just had so many different scenarios come up over the, you know, the time I've been in title. And so it's just so many questions and so many things to address. So they can always call me if they have any questions.
Perfect. And if you're not sure how to get your title report, if you have the right vesting, if your name's spelled right, who's on title, you can always reach out to me or Brenda. We're happy to, you know, get that for you. That is actually a service that I always provide to my clients. That's how we start, you know, if somebody's thinking of selling their home. Now, I know typically a lot of your buyers and sellers don't necessarily have a relationship with a title or escrow, home warranty, and maybe don't even know what all those services are. And as we know, that absolutely the buyer or seller has the right to choose those
sure.
companies. So
For sure.
Brenda, if somebody wanted to contact you direct and wanted to use you for the sale or purchase of their home, could they do that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they can just call me. Again, it's Consumers Title. And my phone number is 805-367-6021. I love how you did that.
Awesome. Yeah, so there's all her information.
Yeah.
And if you forget, just contact me. I'm happy to get that for you. You will love her, love her, love. Even if you loved her half how much I love her, you're going to love her. So perfect. And then my last question for you today, Brenda, is what are you doing to stay fit during these times, whether physically, mentally, however, how are you staying fit?
You know, it's so funny. It's so funny you asked that, because I feel like that is just a weekly reset. You know, I mean, mindset is so important right now.
Absolutely.
You know, your mindset, the stress and anxiety affects your body so much. So it's probably more important now more than ever to make sure that you're eating right, you're going on walks, you're getting outside. You know, I know that in the beginning there was so much sitting, like it just didn't realize how much we were sitting. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, so it just, even if you got to get up 3-4 times a day and just get out and take a little walk and get some fresh air, you know, for me, that's just what I've been doing. You know, it's try to, you know, do a little meditation and devotionals in the morning is what usually I do to kind of start my day. So
perfect. I love
time
that.
with girls, my friends.
Virtually, right?
I'm getting enough family time, so I really make sure I'm trying to hook up with all my girls and stay in contact with family and my parents. We're super close, so, you know, just getting in that time too.
Yeah, it's definitely a good time to reach out to those that we may, you know, lost touch with in the future because life's so busy.
Yeah. Where are you originally from, Rosie? Are you from here?
Yeah, born in Santa Barbara, raised in Ventura.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've lived different cities in Ventura County and now back in Ventura. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's
Nice.
local.
I know. I love it. I can't imagine, honestly. I've lived in Orange County for a little bit of time and a very small amount of time in Colorado Springs, but most of my life I've been here in Southern Cal and 15 years in Camarillo. So I just can't imagine being, you know, it's just close to everything. I love it.
Yes. Yes. The snow, the ocean, the mountains. I mean,
Yeah.
we did spend a year and a half in Washington, a whole year and a half. But,
Oh, really?
Yeah. After, when we had our kids, we were in Thousand Oaks, and then I didn't want to work. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and so we packed up and went to Washington, but that didn't last very long.
Yeah.
So we're back. Yeah.
I love the sun. I gotta have the sun.
Yes, especially, yes. My husband too, he's a golfer, so that didn't work out. And I drive a convertible, so perfect.
Yeah, that's not gonna work out in Washington.
No, maybe 1 month. No. All right, Brenda. Well, it has been a pleasure. Thank you again so much,
Rosie.
Yeah, thank you.